room we're joining today. Come on in the room this morning. Okay, now they should see me on YouTube. All right, so welcome everybody. Apologies for the delay. Just wanted to make sure everybody could see us on YouTube. So hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is a great time. Hi, Courtney. A great time to invite somebody. I hope you had an amazing birthday and continue to celebrate. And we want to welcome in our viewers on Instagram. So hello, everybody. Welcome as well on Instagram. So great to see you here with us today. So glad that you are here with us. All right, so let's get started, y'all. I am thrilled to talk to you about this. If you're here, drop a good morning in the chat. Hello, sweet Melissa. Hello, Josh. Hello, Francis Singlet. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me ask you a question that I don't think anybody has probably asked you, or definitely not asked you recently. Okay. And so my question is today, have you been literally praying for more, like more money, more clients, more visibility, more impact, but nobody's ever asked you, is your body ready for it? That's my question. Has anybody ever asked you, even though you've been asking for more and praying for more, is your body ready for it? Has anybody asked you, if anybody's asked you if your body was ready for it, just drop it in the chat for me. Drop it in the chat. Is your body ready for it? Has anybody ever asked you that, Mia? Let me know. Has anybody ever asked you that? Is your body ready for it? Let's talk about that today. Okay? Because here's what I've watched happen to entrepreneur after entrepreneur after entrepreneur. What I've watched happen is that there's an alarm that goes off, an alarm that happens in the person and in your body that signals and goes off based on what's happening for you. No one's ever asked me that question. Okay, got it. So the alarm doesn't wait for the money to show up. There's an alarm that starts going off the moment that you reach for money, right? Okay, so you know that based on the results that you create, this is what it looks like. You know, based on the results that you create, that the contract should be $15,000 that you send off to have somebody pay. But this alarm starts going off. Gail, alarm starts going off, and you send it over requesting $3,000 instead of the $15,000 that what you were doing was absolutely worth, right? You know, God said launch, and then you hear this alarm, and it says, "Oh, well, let's just say we're still praying about it." Right? Or you know you should hire the consultant, you know you should hire the coach, you know you should hire the marketing person, whatever the role is, and the alarm starts going off that says, oh, maybe next quarter. Maybe next quarter. And some people call it wisdom. Some people are calling it timing, right? Checkmate, Reds, right, Michael? But some of you aren't waiting on God. God is waiting on you, and your body won't let you move. Has anybody ever experienced that before? Your body won't let you move. If you know what I'm talking about, just drop a yes in the chat that you know what I'm talking about. Your body won't let you move. Have you ever experienced that? Just making sure our Instagram is good. It's so interesting, all these social media things doing unique things this morning. That means this message is powerful and it's straight fire, and something is trying to block it getting out, which lets us know that you are in the right place and you are doing the right thing. Okay. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. So some of you all have been building businesses. Maybe you're doing your next thing. Maybe you're moving to your next move. And it's time to make that leap, Blue. It's time to make that leap, Anissa. It's time to make that leap. And the bigger the blessing, the louder the alarm gets. Okay, so there's some people that this alarm starts going off for you. There's before the next actually arrives. So there's a thing when the alarm goes off when the more is happening, and then there's a thing then when the alarm goes off before it actually arrives. The bigger the blessing, the larger the alarm. Okay, so your mouth may be saying more, and your body is saying danger. Some of you are not being blocked by the devil or the enemy. You're being blocked by a nervous system that has been taught to reach for more, but then you haven't really been taught what that looks like. And when you reach for more, what happens in your body? So you reach for more and then you reach back like, oh, no, no, I don't want to do that. Right? So then it's hard to reach for the more when you start to realize what that looks like because your nervous system hasn't been trained what reaching for more looks like. And then when the more happens, your nervous system hasn't been trained on how to hold it once it comes, Lee Marie and Corinne. Okay, so hear me clearly. Entrepreneurship will always expose you to uncertainty. Can anybody relate to that? Entrepreneurship will always expose you to uncertainty. And that comes with the assignment. And as certain as we want to be about everything, and as comfortable as we would love to be about everything, the truth is that entrepreneurship will always expose you to uncertainty. Drop a one in the chat if you get it. Drop a one in the chat, Michelle, if you understand, if you're like, man, yeah, that's true, because you don't know exactly how many people are going to buy at any given time or at any given month. You don't know exactly when the next client is coming all the time, right, Sonia? Or, you invest before the return is guaranteed because nothing is truly guaranteed. You hire before the next month's revenue is confirmed because you're going to need the help and you want to train them and you want to get them up and ready, Libby, right? And you can have the best month of your life and still wonder, can I do it again? Still wonder, can I do it again, Danny? But uncertainty is not the same as danger. I want you to know that. Uncertainty is not the same as danger. It's not. It's not the same thing, right? And if your body keeps confusing those two things, uncertainty and danger, Austin Gerard, then the two will keep leaving money on the table that God already assigned to you. So today I'm not teaching you how to make more money. I'm teaching you how to reach for it and how to hold it once it comes, Dee Dee, because your nervous system is going to send off alarms. As soon as you finally decide, the alarms are going to start going off. Right. So you've been praying for more. Now let's develop the capacity to reach for it and to hold it. Let me tell you a story about what that looked like for me. That looked like for me, I want to I want to create, say, for example, $40,000 a month or $80,000 a month in our gourmet popcorn business. So I'm the CEO of Pop Stars Popcorn. We have over 100 amazing gourmet flavors of popcorn, right? We have an in-store location and we ship all over the country. And dearest love, we can want this big business and to have it do all these things. But then when you realize to have it do that, there's some things that you have to do in advance before all the massive things happen. And that can feel really scary because the thing that I wanted to do the first few years in business is wait till it gets bigger, then I'll buy this. Wait till it gets bigger, then I'll invest in blank. Wait till it gets bigger, then I'll get a better system. And I had this long list of waiting till it got bigger to do X, Y, and Z. But me waiting till it got bigger, I finally realized was the thing that was slowing me down. For some of you, that could be hiring an administrative assistant or hiring a virtual assistant. I kept thinking, I'm going to wait till certain businesses or even my coaching business, I'm going to wait till the coaching business gets bigger. Then I'll hire the virtual assistant. And then I realized that I'm spending time doing things the virtual assistant would be doing that's stopping me from closing the corporate contracts. That's stopping me from doing the things that will really create the results I want, Ashley. And so a lot of people, because your nervous system is going danger, 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 and the alarm starts going off. But those very alarms can be the very things that are keeping you small. right? So let's make the nervous system really simple. Think about a smoke detector in your house. Its job is to protect you. When it detects smoke, it sounds the alarm, right? But here's the problem. The smoke detector doesn't always know the difference between the house burning down and that you just kept the bacon or the french fries in there too long, or a piece of pizza fell off in the oven and went to the bottom and it's just causing some smoke, or some of the cheese got on the thing, right, Tim? Thank you, Tim, for your participation. We appreciate you, right? And so that smoke alarm goes off. Y'all, it is so loud. So now bad batteries or bad batteries, okay? Right? So when the smoke alarm goes off, it is alarmingly loud. So now what are you doing? You're fanning the thing, you're opening the door, swinging the door open, trying to get all the smoke out, opening up the windows. And if it automatically calls the fire department, you're trying to run down there and turn the alarm off and cancel it before the people come, because there isn't really a fire. There was just some smoke from something, right? Your nervous system has an alarm too. And it is constantly, all day, scanning and saying, thank you for following me. It's all day scanning and saying, am I okay? Is something wrong? Do I have to protect myself? That's what your body is doing all day, your nervous system all day. And I want you to hear this. Your nervous system is not the enemy, it's designed to protect you. The problem comes when the alarm starts running your business and you only listen to the alarm and you don't make the assessment. Did a little something just drop down and this alarm is going on? Right? Because you're about to invest, say, for example, $10,000 in yourself, and then beep, 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 beep. You're about to send a proposal with the real number on it, and then the alarm goes off, and the alarm goes off, right? So maybe you're about to hire your first team member or hire some more people, and the alarm is going off. And once the more shows up, and a client says no, oh, then the alarm goes off even more. And then you look at your bank account and the alarm goes off again. Do you see it? The same alarm that stopped you from reaching is the same alarm that makes you mishandle it once it's in your hands. Right, Big Sal? Right, Tim? And if you're an entrepreneur in the chat, can you type entrepreneur? Or if you do things connected to business, type entrepreneur or type business in the chat, right? So research shows that acute stress can make your working memory and flexible thinking harder. So the stress that you're experiencing makes your memory and your flexible thinking even harder. In plain English, when that alarm gets loud, it becomes harder to access your best thinking. So when the alarm is saying, oh my gosh, that's a big number, that's a big number, that's a big number, it literally downgrades your level of thought. But I want to teach you something about how to handle that today. When that starts happening, I want you to start breathing. You want to start doing your deep breathing where you're breathing in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth, and start to tell yourself, hey, I'm safe here. I'm safe here. Yes. And there's alarm in your spirit as well. Okay, I see you guys dropping entrepreneurs in the chat as well. I see you. I see you. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right? Okay, so you don't want to make fear-based decisions as a CEO. You don't want fear driving. So there's an alarm. You go check the alarm, but that alarm is not driving my decisions, because I understand what God is saying to me is going to drive my decisions. Okay? So faith equals risk. Somebody say faith equals risk. That's what faith is. For all the people who are like, Latricia, I want everything to be the perfect thing, prettiest. All the people that are like, I want everything to be all buttoned and all tied and all perfect before I make a move. Michelle, what faith equals is risk. That's what faith is. It's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So it's not even faith if you can see it, but you're supposed to have faith. You're supposed to have faith. Tim said, fear builds character as long as you handle fear and step on it on God. So I like to say something And it's feel the fear and do it anyway. And we understand what fear is. Fear means you're in the edge of the reality that you've known, and that's okay. It's actually a great thing if you feel fear certain times, but it's only when you know what it is. Only when you recognize that fear is saying, hey, you haven't been here before. This is new for me. Just because something is new for you doesn't mean that that's going to determine whether I'm doing it or not. So when you understand that fear is just something communicating to you that your brain is not as familiar with the patterns of what happens when you're here, that's what fear is. When it's not like lion, tiger chasing you. The outside of the type of fear that is outside, you know, the internal fear, that's what's happening. Okay. All right. So regulation doesn't mean that nothing bothers you. It doesn't mean that you're walking around saying, oh, my payroll's due on Friday. It's $25,000. I don't feel anything. No, regulation means something is happening, but I get to access a choice. I can feel the fear of the investment and still sign my name. I can feel my heart racing and still say the real price of what you offer out loud. Hello, somebody. I just have a question. Has anybody on here ever had to make an offer or put your price out there and it even scares you to say your price? Have you ever been terrified to say your own price? If you have, just drop a yes in the chat. Just drop a yes in the chat, right? So when you're feeling that, it's like I can experience uncertainty without calling uncertainty danger. And your body and nervous system, mindful medic, has to know that. I can hear no without deciding my business is failing. I can experience fear without making fear my financial advisor. Hello, somebody. Okay, so regulation helps you slow down enough to choose your response instead of automatically reacting. Philippians 4:6 says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition and thanksgiving, present your request to God. Present your request to God. Okay? Then peace comes. Then peace comes. And then Paul starts talking about what you're thinking about. Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is worthy of celebration and praise, think on these things. Think on these things, right? So what we're thinking about, it should be the things that are honorable, true, right, pure, lovely, admirable. So do you see the progression? When you feel anxiety, you want to pray, right? You want to breathe. You want to reset your nervous system. You want to assess the situation. You want to move into thanksgiving and gratitude and peace as well, and the right type of thinking. Right. Be thankful in all things, Tim. Right? Okay. So, you know what? One thing that's fascinating is they've noticed that prayer impacts your nervous system in a positive way. It literally impacts your nervous system in a positive way. So you want to pray. You want to spend time with God. You want God to reveal to you and to talk to you. Just prayer in itself. Right, Jasmine? Okay. So that is very important. Now, let's talk about money. Everybody wants to know, how do I make more money? How do I make more money? But I want to ask you two other questions. One, can you reach for more money and are you willing to? And number two is, can you hold more money? So let's start with the reaching, because that's where most people are stuck. Okay, I had one of my mentors, and she had planned and worked really hard and planned this 3-day event. And all these people came to this 3-day event. She had put blood, sweat, and tears into the invites and getting people there, planning the content and having the event, right? And so she did this event, Cassandra, and towards the last day of the event, Christina, it was time to make an offer. And so Courtney, she made the offer at the end of the event. And at that time, she was offering a group coaching for $5,000. And it was like a 3-month program or something like that. Right. And so people were going to the back of the table and signing up. And then this one lady comes to her and says, well, I don't like doing group and I want to do one-on-one. And she said, how much would that be? And my mentor said $25,000. And the lady said, okay, no problem. Let me grab my checkbook. And the lady proceeded to start writing the check. And because my mentor's nervous system, it wasn't her norm to do that or to receive that amount of money. She said, well, wait, hold on. Why don't you just go to the back with everybody else and just go ahead and sign up for the $5,000? Hi, Princess Castleberry. Thanks for joining. She said, why don't you just go to the back and sign up for the $5,000 package like everybody else? You know why? Because her identity wasn't aligned with the person that was creating the $25,000 for the one-on-one. Her identity was aligned with everything has to be super hard. I have to struggle. And it was this, what I do is worth $5,000, but it can't be worth $25,000 one-on-one. The identity was aligned with hustle. The identity was aligned with I have to work extra hard to get everything and every dime I make. And it wasn't yet aligned, Lisa, to wealth with ease. And so her nervous system talked her out of the increase that she wanted and was praying for. And so that's an example of one thing of what it could even look like for you. For other people, it looks like, can I invest $30,000? If for some people, it looks like, can I quote my real price without lowering it? For some people, it looks like, can I take the leap while my body's still screaming? Because if the answer is no, then there'll be more to manage on your internal side, but not financially, right? You can't steward where you're too afraid to reach. The $50,000 doesn't show up until somebody sends the $50,000 proposal. And that means you, okay? The coach doesn't change your life until you make the investment to access them at the highest level. Getting free stuff will impact your life at a certain level, but when you make the investment, that's when you get the maximum impact into your life and into your business. Okay? So, let's practice it right now. Let's practice some regulation real quick before. Yes, Anissa, faith equals risk. Yes, Sonia. Okay, so if you want to some practice a little bit of nervous system regulation, you can put your feet on the floor, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw if it's been clenched, and think about something in your business or finances that has kind of felt activating to you. Think about something has felt activating or like triggering or maybe changed the way you breathe. Is there an investment that you were going to make? Maybe there's an investment you've been putting off. Maybe there's a next level in your business that you've been hesitant to do. Maybe there's a price you keep lowering. Maybe there's that next tier person that you want to add to your staff, but you kind of have that feeling about it. Maybe it's the money that already came in, not 100% sure what to do with it. Don't solve it, just acknowledge it. And then we want to lean into it, Abby. Father, you're my source. You're my provider. You're my wisdom. I release the belief that I have to figure everything out in this moment. I release the pressure to make decisions out of fear. And we release the idea that fear gets to drive our decisions. Father, help us hear so clearly from you that we don't mistake fear, that we don't mistake our nervous system responding to things that are unknown for your voice. God, give us eyes to see what we couldn't see when we were afraid. Quiet every thought that is competing with the truth and with the dreams and the blessings and the breakthrough that you really have for us. God, help us to not allow temporary activation of our nervous system to make permanent decisions in our life. Teach us, God, how to distinguish between danger and what's just uncomfortable for us because we haven't been there. Father, teach us to distinguish between the warning alarms that are going off and simply doing something we've never done before. Give us the courage, God, to take the leaps. Give us the courage, God, to take the next step. Give us the courage to make the investment that will transform our life and our business. Give us the courage to reach for what you've already assigned us, Lord. Give us the courage to sign the document, the contract, the agreement, to invest, to quote the number, to make the hire, to say the yes, to increase our own capacity, God. Help us be better leaders. Help us be better managers. Help us be better at receiving what you have for us. We ask that you help us today, Lord. Increase our capacity to hold more, to speak more, to hold more, and to ask for more, God. And Lord, when it comes, don't let us shrink because it's unfamiliar. Don't let us think we have to spend everything because it's here and now we have to get it out of our hands. Teach our mind and our body to steward money well. Teach our habits to steward well. Teach our hands to steward well. Thank you that what we've been praying for, you are giving us the blueprint on what to do. Thank you for the people that you're sending as answers, the people you're sending that are giving us the blueprint, the people that you are sending to help guide us into the life that we've never known. And Lord, as we close this prayer, we just go ahead and decree and declare that we are available for more. Go ahead and say that in your environment. We are available for more. You may want to change it into an I statement. I am available for more. I have the capacity to reach for more. I have the capacity to hold more. We have the capacity to steward more. We have the capacity to multiply more. We have the capacity to build a multi-million-dollar business. We have the capacity for love. We have the capacity for everything that God is placing inside of you. And that we can pause, we can breathe, we can sit in gratitude, we can hear, and we can discern and then move. So today, I wanted to share that with you because the goal is not a life without any pressure. The goal is developing the capacity to remain connected to God, connected to wisdom, connected to who you are, while pressure is present and making the right decisions. The goal is to understand that your comfort zone is your failure zone. And if you're always comfortable, that means you're not stretching yourself. And if you're not stretching yourself, you're not going to reach to higher heights that you've never been because you're staying in the same bubble and the same thought process and the same patterns. But your next level is a shift in a pattern. Okay? So I know you've been praying for more. I'm in full agreement with your more. And I want to help you to know how to reprogram your nervous system so you can be comfortable to receive the more and whatever that looks like. And a lot of times it looks like you sow before you reap. It looks like something's going to be required of you financially or in your time or in your mind or in a way of you giving to reach the next level. And a lot of people, that is the halting thing for them. But I want to encourage you. Good morning, Miss Karen. Thanks for joining. I want to encourage you that if you're standing at a crossroads and your more means an investment from you, maybe even an investment to staff, maybe even an investment into a consultant, maybe even an investment into an admin or the help or a brand new system, that when you take the step forward, divine providence is coming. Remember, faith equals risk. Remember that. So you can't wait till everything looks like there are no questions. There are no, everything is perfectly safe. Because when you're doing that, you might be rejecting the very thing that you've been praying for because your prayer is asking for more, but your body is telling you danger because everything is not ticked and tied. Lastly, entrepreneurship constantly exposes us to uncertainty. Entrepreneurship constantly exposes us to uncertainty. But remember, there's a difference between danger and a difference between something actually being just unfamiliar. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining. I can't wait to see you. Hey, listen, y'all, save the date. Put the date October 17th in your calendar. I'm having a live and an in-person event in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's going to be a full day event. I have an amazing, powerful guest speaker. We're bringing all things identity, all things wealth, and all things entrepreneurship, your nervous system, abundance and celebration, and sales into the room. Hi, Vanessa Caldwell. Thank you so much for joining. So make sure you put October 17th on your calendar. Go ahead and block it off right now. Just block your calendar the whole day. October 17th, I'm not available because I'm going to get poured into by some powerful people and be in a room with atmosphere shifters. All right. I love y'all so much. Have an amazing day. If you're not on my mailing list to hear about that, DM me right now. Just DM me mailing list, and then we'll make sure we get you added so you get all the announcements and you can be first so you get the early bird, all the information. Hi, Mom Mabel. Okay, she said, I just went over my fears, nervousness, stuck, and thank you. The not any life without any pressure. Come on now. Come on, y'all. I love it. Thank you so much for dropping that in the chat. Have an amazing, powerful day. Remember to breathe. Remember to make powerful decisions. Okay. I love you. See you next week. Bye. Bye, everybody. So great to see you. Thank you so much for joining me here. I appreciate you being in the room.